Hello everybody, this is Serpent, and welcome back to another episode in iCraft. That's the one. In the last episode, we did something over at my base. Not over here, but a while back we did that, and it's looking good from the outside. However, it's not anywhere near as good on the inside, and that's because we haven't done much with the inside. I mean, we have gotten a style ready, and that's a big step forward, certainly. But we now actually have to carry through with this style, and we have to make sure that it actually looks good when it's spread out over the whole build. And I haven't really done much in that regard. So far, all I've done is this, and then I ran out of resources, if I remember correctly. And then I also built this stairway, which does look pretty good. I like that. And we also have a little bit of a start on this. Although only on one side. So what I've done since then is, you know those pistons that used to be here? Yeah, that's what these are now representing or replacing. Because the pistons were never supposed to be there, really. They were always supposed to be some indicator, but we didn't really want to use pistons, except that I didn't have these, so we had to use pistons. So now I have taken those out, and I've replaced them with what ought to be there, what ought to have been there in the first place. Okay, so as you just saw, I am tearing out the floor, and we don't want it to be stone. That's why I'm doing it. So what I plan to do is something of the sort of thing that's in here. You know, the sort of grooved wood and the border of logs with some lapis touch. Oh yeah, I put smoke under there, or fire. I don't think I did that in the video, but that looks pretty cool. It's a nice little particle effect. It's just fire under a lapis block there. Anyway, I'm going to try and put this thing over on that side and then figure out what I want to do, and then I'll come back. So I have put in a floor. It's basically the same style as this one over here, really. So not a whole lot of excitement going on right here, but it is dark, so there could be some excitement if a creeper spawned. But I'm going to try and put lighting in the ceiling, so for now, since we don't have a ceiling, I'm just going to put the torch there and hope that's enough. I think, though, it's probably a good idea to do this room first, because it's the more important room, and if we run out of time and aren't able to finish something, I'd rather not be able to finish this, because this bit is what we need functional in order to proclaim the shop done. And then we can go in here, and then the workshop will be done when we finish this. But the shop here, it'll be done earlier. So I was thinking about ceiling options. Said that weird. I was thinking about the ceiling options, and really there are only a couple. We could have a ceiling that just sort of hides and basically doesn't exist, or attempts to not exist, and yet still provides a ceiling in here. That's one option. Or we could try and make something that's visible from the outside world. And the problem with that, why we might consider the non-existent ceiling, is we have this peaked area here. So in order to make the ceiling visible, in order to make it something that you can actually see, then I can't get up here to save my life. Then we need to make it taller than that. Otherwise it'll just sort of blend into the background and not really be seen anyway. So if we do make it taller than this, then it'll compete for attention with these. So if we want to make it taller than that, we sort of have to either make it taller than this, or somehow make it not compete for attention with those. So that would mean either building it up to here and just dwarfing those to make it seem like there's still a focal point of the build, or we could just do the invisible ceiling. Because I don't think I want to do a whole tower sort of thing just for this shop, and I don't think it would even look good at this point, since those are supposed to be the main focus of the shop, really. If we put a big tower behind them, that would sort of defeat the purpose of the flashy flames and all that cool stuff. So I think we're going to try and just put a ceiling on this that doesn't really compete for attention. Now, saying that, I could put more of those right here and right there. Right there and there. And I think that would probably look good. But once again, we don't want to try we do want to try and not defeat the purpose of that. We don't want to remove the attention from the two towers. So I'm having a bit of trouble here. So the problem with my my idea, or my build so far, is that this wall is 1 thick, and it comes out to 1 block behind this. And that means that in order to create something that looks good, in other words, not use the outside of that wall as the outside of the whole building, I need to put another layer on top of that wall. So that's what I've done, except that brings it out to be level with this thing. And it's very difficult to make it seem not level when it is, and I don't think I've managed it. It does just look like one big wall. However, it's not awful, except that this bit I would change, because it looks like a couple eyes and then a mouth. It greatly resembles Waffle's skin, actually. Anyway, I want to take Waffle's face out. Sorry, Waffles. And I want to turn the highlight into lapis instead of the green concrete powder, because what it was doing was it was just looking a bit too I'm not sure, but I think I generally put the lapis highlight now it looks like a Cyclops, Waffles. I think I generally put the lapis highlights higher up, and then the concrete powder highlights are generally further in the ground, where they're less visible. I mean, those are pretty high, but whatever. I think it looks better as lapis anyway. Cyclops Waffles. Actually, I don't know about that. I don't know, that doesn't look a lot better. The problem though is that these things have that border, and the border doesn't line up. So if we have a small enough area, like we do now, yeah, that looks better. Definitely better than the lapis, and in fact better than the concrete powder before. See, that's my problem right there. That's why those were there. This part here though is still bugging me. I need to remove some of this stuff. If that wasn't there, I could do something, but it is there, so oh well. Maybe what I was thinking is those seeds. I was thinking maybe putting that there would help, and then we can do something with this bit. I'm not sure what though. Maybe we could do that. Yeah, that looks alright. I don't know, it's just not working. What about that? I guess that looks alright. I don't really want to spend too long on the side wall though, because it's not really what I want to be building here. I want to build ceiling, and once we have the ceiling, it'll look a lot better, especially from indoors. In fact, it'll be done from indoors. But anyway, I think I'll leave the wall here for the moment. It doesn't look perfect, but it's not awful. Definitely not awful. And that's all that counts. Not quite, but you know, whatever. So now we need to put a roof on this thing. And from the inside, I guess we'll be working on the inside, we want a roof made of wood. I definitely want it to be wood, because there's a lot of stone here, and it just needs to be wood. Nothing else to it. So I'm going to try and pick something out. I think probably we'll... I don't want to go for the same floor design on the ceiling, though. That would just be too repetitive. So, I'm not sure. I need to think about it a little. But we definitely want to cut it off right here, because that's where the wall goes up above our chance of blocking its visibility. So, yeah, I'll work on what we're going to do, and then we'll do it. So in regards to the ceiling, I was thinking we might go a little bit more, I don't know, crazy, and use wood and use oak wood instead of one of the ones we've already gotten here. However, already I can say that that's just too what's here already. It doesn't look good with what we have here already. So that leaves spruce and dark oak. I think spruce would look best there of those two, so I'm going to use spruce. Let's see if I actually have any. Definitely have the logs, but I don't have any of those nice slabby things. Okay, so let's see how these look then. If I put that on, yeah, that's definitely something that fits a lot better with our current palette. We could probably end up fitting the oak wood in if we did some changes elsewhere, but that's not really what I want to do. And it probably wouldn't even look that great anyway. So, yeah, I mean, that's nothing fancy, but it is already a little bit better than what we had. I do want to maybe have it slope to the center. That wouldn't... That's maybe not gonna look good though, because if we do that, I wanted a block, not a stair. If we do that though, then we'll end up with a design that centers out towards the edges and isn't really centered on the middle, I guess. That wasn't very well explained, but I guess that could look good. The thing is though, we have that lump there. I mean, we can get rid of that lump, but we still have it right now. And it does look pretty nice, so I'd rather like to keep the lump. I'm not sure though. We can get rid of it. I do only want to do that sort of thing though if it's necessary. I'll see what I can come up with because it's not coming to me right now, and it's probably getting boring listening to me waffle on about nothing. Aha! So I've figured out a style that I want to go with. What I've done is I've just put some of that spruce trimming at the back, a couple lapis blocks in for highlight, and I'm in the process of moving that over to here. And then I've moved on to dark oak up there, just for a change in spruce, change from spruce, sorry. And that, maybe we can do something in the middle, that's what I was just thinking there. And then I've put some nether brick fences across the front. So, not exactly fancy, but it does look nice. Maybe if I put something like that in, that'll also look nice. Yeah, yeah, that looks pretty good. Might as well keep it. Although, I think the stairs should join to it. Maybe like that. Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks good. Okay, so yeah, on this side, I put the stairs in on the wrong side. On this side over here, I have yet to put the background in there. All that is just the spruce trim, so it's not exactly going to take a while, but I do need to get up there. And I am on my last ender pearl, so sniff. Goodbye, ender pearls. I guess I ended up using a lot of them while tree farming. Not sure where they all went. Well, I mean, I guess that's where they all went. Anyway, I want to put the trim in here. Oh yeah, right. What's going on? I put slabs in first to see if it looked good, and it didn't. So I went on to the nice blocks, and that actually does look good. So all nice there. Okay. how far do these go out? Good, good. And then stairs I can place from in here. So, moving on from that, I want to do something a little bit better with this area here. Probably just take that out and chuck a stair in or something like that. Although that sort of stairs on from this bit, so maybe that's not the best idea. In that case, don't have any, but the chiseled stuff could look good. This stuff, maybe one there. Yeah. Ah, get away. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to. Well, I mean, I could exactly mirror that. Not sure. Because this thing here is not exactly the same as this thing here. It's close, but it's not the same. I don't know. I'll figure that out in a minute. But the next thing I want to do is just finish the ceiling, get the ceiling across there. Then we can move our attention over to that bit. Aha! It was smooth sailing from there. The ceiling now looks pretty neat. I like that little shape in the middle, and we have squirmed some lighting in it, or I guess squirm is not the right word, but you know, we've squeezed some lighting in there. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, we have that now, but we don't have a suitable roof. That's the ceiling. The roof is a little different, see? Not so good here. That's the problem that I have found with building. Ever since I started actually caring how stuff looked, I have ended up having to put two walls on. One for the outside, one for the inside. Otherwise it looks like garbage. But I suppose that's only to be expected, really. Not too surprising. However, it is something that we have to do. So let's put the outside on. Not sure where to start, really. I mean, and I've jumped off. I mean, this bit is not perfect, but I think we'll copy it over to the other side anyway. And then from there, we'll have a little bit more options. We'll have a bit more flexibility, because this bit we don't have to match up to any leveling like we did here. Yeah, we had to be careful that this didn't poke past this, at least, even if it did end up being level. But this, we can just ignore any of that stuff, so it should be a bit better. So I'm building this a little bit differently from the way you might expect, I suppose. I'm going from the top down, and that's because I'm building a cool spike. I decided to throw our previous predictions of what we were going to do to the wind, and I'm going to try and make something that doesn't compete with those things, but is taller than this. Exactly what we thought was not going to work. And that's because I'm starting to think that it might work. What can I get rid of? Come on. Go away. So, I'm going... Oh, not that. So, I'm going to try and make a nice decorative spike. We're not going to be impaling anyone on this one, just decorative. Not like those other ones. You don't even want to know where those have been. Anyway, I think I might have built it a little bit. Ooh, I think I might have built it a little bit too low down, because we've already run into the roof. See, that's why you build things from the bottom up. And of course that no longer looks good because I've already moved on from that idea. Still, that's a cool looking spike, you have to admit, even if it is in the wrong place. So now the spike looks even better, except I didn't finish the top. The base looks better though, except I have once again built it too low. So I apparently need to build this a little bit higher up. I was not expecting it to be this tall though, which is slightly worrying because it does seem to be dwarfing those towers a little bit. We'll see how it looks, but hopefully that's not going to be a problem. So I have basically done it all. We have the spike there, and it does look pretty cool. It doesn't dwarf the towers, which is really nice, and it is taller than that, so you can actually see it, which is which are a couple things that I do like. Now, in here, this is the roof. It's a little bit iffy, not so sure about it, but the spike looks cool. I've put these little things here because I had a couple spots that I didn't want to leave just blank cobblestone slabs. Ooh, whoops, missed a spot. And I think that was a good idea, but I don't know if I don't know if they make the thing a little bit too busy or not, because it is a busy build. Quite. So, yeah. Let's see. From above, well, I guess let's elytra to see the above. From above, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. There's a lot of spikes, a lot of spots of netherrack. Why can I not fly? Wow. Of course, now I get hit. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. From the side over here, let's see how it blends into the wall. Not bad again, that's pretty good. And then over on this side, what does it look like here? Yep, nice, nice. And then inside, I believe I've already shown you this, but it looks like that. And I think it generally works pretty well together. What's that doing there? I think it all generally looks pretty good together. So, I think that's the exterior done. I think so. It looks pretty done to me. And yeah, I'm just gonna look up here again. Also get rid of this crafting table. I have a lot of those dotted around. Oh, I had a good vantage point there and then I fell. Okay, but yeah, it looks pretty good from the top. I do need to blend it into the mountain a little bit more here, but I think that can wait till another episode. Because, unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for today. This might have been a slightly shorter episode in video time. Hopefully not, but it might have been. If so, sorry about that a little bit. But it did take a long time to do this, so apparently, if that's the case, apparently I haven't been talking about it enough or something. I don't know. The point is, it's about all the time I have for today anyway. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed making it, and I enjoy looking at something that actually turned out well, which this is consistently doing, which is very nice. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.